Beyond Saltmarsh is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Hello, friends, neighbors, countrymen. Lend me your ears. I don't know. My name's Dave. I'm your humble dungeon master here at the Superior Adventurers Guild. And tonight we're jumping back into some Beyond Saltmarsh. Before we get too far into it, though, I want to hand it over to my colleagues here to introduce themselves, the players of our game, the stars of our show. Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Whoa.
What's up?
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Every time. Every time.
It's
I'll go first. My name's Andy. I'm playing Rhunar Deg, an 8th level human dual sword wielding Battlemaster fighter and champion of the good buddy. I'm ready to hack and slash.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
you, dude.
Kirk. I am playing Byron. Hern, a 7th level rogue, 1st level fighter. I can't think of anything. You're up.
Awesome. Hey, it's me, Chad, aka Real CMG, aka North Shore DM. Right now, I was thinking about this on my way home from work today. That should I call myself North Shore PC right now? Player character? Like maybe that's too deep. Anyway,
That's too many names.
I play. It is.
Yeah.
But I play Irin Coalbiter, everyone's favorite punchy dwarf. Sometimes ground and pound, because I know what you like. Okay, that's all I got.
We like what?
We like to keep going with the introduction.
Yeah. Wow.
Michael,
We do like.
and I'm playing Theo, the Hexblade Warlock, who, oh gosh, spent last session just being a total nerd.
At the library.
And hey, the library also involves spending, a lot of time around the nice elven librarian. And if that's not a weird nerd fantasy, I don't know what is. We'll see how that goes this session. Probably includes burning down the tarpaulin. Back to you, Dave.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see how things go tonight. I should have maybe
Ambitious.
prepared a little differently, but we'll see what happens. Before we get into that, though, Chad, you had an announcement to make.
I do. Well, finally, after a short break for holiday purposes and for the Altered State 1/2 shot that I ran last weekend, we are back with Roll Your Doom this coming Saturday, which happens to be February the 13th at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time with Christian Zuck, who is a pretty rad writer of Dungeons and Dragons products on the DMs Guild. We're going to talk with him about both Dave and I. Will talk with him in our segment we may or may not continue to call Flanked.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But we're going to
You've
talk
been
with him
flanked.
about being a creator and kind of the business of writing and what processes he used. And then on the 27th of February, so 2 weeks from today, or from this Saturday, we're going to be talking with Jeff Stevens, who is also kind of DM's Guild author and writer, and he's got his own show on Twitch where he does cool stuff, and we're going to talk about all the things that he's getting into as well. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Join us 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. at the moment every other Saturdays. So this Saturday, the 13th, next Saturday, after next Saturday, the 27th, and so on and so forth.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chad. And then I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we will be taking a break next week from Beyond Saltmarsh. So a 1 week hiatus, but we will be back the following week, February 24th, I think. What's today, the 10th? Yeah, the 24th. So we're taking the 17th off. We'll be back on the 24th. So if you need to, reach out to us in between then, feel free to hit us up on Twitter. We'll be around, but working on some other stuff. Yeah. Anything else, guys? I think that's the end of our...
Good to go.
All right, that's the end of our announcements. Let's go ahead and dive into a bit of a recap from last week's session. So in our last episode, the Deg Gang completed their first job for Lesko Mariconia, sealing their credibility as a reliable team, earning them some downtime in Monmurg. And as such, they split up, each party member setting off to explore the city and to conduct their personal business. Byron spent much of his downtime searching for a local seeker lodge, eventually finding himself inside Klovak's Emporium, a strange shop filled with cartographic implements, spare parts, potions, other curiosities. And the owner, the gnomish man named Ebenezer Klovak, turned out to be a fellow seeker of the arcane and provided Byron with access to the library and map room, which is sort of archetypical of a seeker lodge. And as a token of good faith, Byron offered up his magical compass of homing to the lodge, and in return, Klovak gave Byron an arcane training manual, which I think will come in pretty handy. Meanwhile, Irin set out to track down information on the Griffin Wing, the ship that his brother Khuda had been working on. Irin learned that the ship had been in port a few months prior, and from what Irin could gather, one of the sailors on the Griffin Wing, a dwarven man, had been in a fight in the Merchants District around that same time, and the description of the dwarf fit Khuda's description, Khuda being Irin's brother, tied into his backstory looking for his brother. Now, digging deeper, Irin learned that the fight had been with a preacher, a priest, a cleric, some sort of proselytizer named Tervasil, and that one of the crew members of the Griffin Wing disappeared shortly thereafter, never actually making it back to the ship. So there are some little loose ends there. Rhunar decided to seek out military training and Mariconia put him in touch with a contact named Zolani Frith, a half-elven Battlemaster fighter and retired member of the Sea Princes. Now, over the course of the next couple of days, Frith trained Rhunar in a variety of specialized techniques and maneuvers. And learning of Rhunnar's previous employment with the Throne of the Lion in Kieland, Frith recounted his days on the battlefield, specifically fighting against the Kielan Navy in the Siege of Westkeep and the fall of King Tavish during that fateful battle, which happened to be a very proud day for Frith and the Sea Princes. They bonded a little bit over their shared service. Frith shared a variety of different rumors with Rhunar, and after 6 days of hard training, Rhunar found himself with a set of new Battlemaster abilities and maneuvers. Theo leveraged the gang's newfound connection to the Mariconia to gain access to a high-level connection in the Royal Athenaeum, Master Archivist Daerith Othronus, an elven woman of high learning and deep knowledge. And over the course of his investigations, Theo and Daerith were able to uncover lore about the Knight Protectors of Erde, their betrayal and eventual dissolution prior to the Age of Great Sorrow. Specifically, Theo learned more about Lord Marshal Zephram Tran, who had been the original wielder of Theo's pact weapon, Kalistani. According to the archives, Lord Marshal Tran had taken a leadership role of the Order during a very uncertain time of internal strife amongst its members, and even in the Kingdom of Erde itself. And he ended up falling at a battle called the Siege of Lothan around 203 Common Year. And while the details of the battle were not readily available, Theo did decide to share a little bit more with Daerith, and he produced his pact weapon, Kalistani. She was somewhat shocked to see the great sword apparate from Theo's hands, but while examining the runes etched on the blade, she was able to decipher 3 possible meanings from the runes, one being brotherhood, another being protection, and the third being darkness. So after all of this research, investigation, and substantial lore drops, the gang reunited in their Monmurg flat and discussed their findings and planning out the next phase of their adventure, settling on a plan to follow up with the information that Irin had uncovered about his brother in the Griffin Wing. So as that session ended, the gang paid a visit to Klovak's Emporium, purchased a bunch of different potions. Hopefully you guys wrote them all down. We now return to Monmurg. A new day has begun, and you adventurers have woken from your sleep in your posh Monmurg flat. The day is yours, gentlemen. What would you like to do?
Oh my God, guys, do you think we should get brunch?
I forgot we were still in this apartment.
Oh man, I could do huevos rancheros.
Wait, this is a posh flat?
It is. In the,
Yeah, we're in the
in the
merchants
merchants
district.
ward.
Oh, fucking A. All right.
Yeah, this
So-
ain't the docks, man.
Oh,
we
he
discussed,
was uncomfortable with
um,
all of this.
I know we discussed splitting up and doing more research on that cult and doing more research on the Griffin's Wing and Khuda. Do we want to start there? Do we want to do something else?
I think we should hit the docks and start looking for some clues.
Yep. Yep,
We
yep,
are
yep.
excellent investigators.
We are investigators.
We might as well just be detectives at this point.
Seriously, when have we ever missed something that went right by us that we didn't find out about afterwards?
Only like 12
just-
times.
Just on a side note, should we check in with Alesco regarding our cargo?
Ooh,
Or can
that's
that
a
wait?
good idea.
That is a good idea. Perhaps we should have a business brunch.
While
I
we're
feel like
here,
we like it's been what, a day since we last talked to him?
I suppose.
Yeah,
Well,
it
no,
hasn't been long.
We gotta give the guy some time to
To do business.
do business. Business takes time, my friend. Business takes time.
You could put it this
Well,
way: he knows where to find you. You know,
Okay.
when he has, and he probably would have mentioned that too, that he would reach out to you once he had things solidified.
Well, I think we should start at the Weary Traveler, because that's the last place anybody saw a member of the Griffin Wing.
I like this plan. This is a good plan.
All right.
What?
This is a
Well-
good plan.
What? Yes!
Validation.
I've done it.
I made a good idea!
So where do you guys want to go specifically?
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, I guess we could head to
Weary
the
Traveler to start
Weary
with?
Traveler, yeah.
Sure.
See if we can try to track down maybe that girl that Theo was talking to.
The one that looks like everyone?
Yep. The one that looks like everyone and anyone. Who with the brothers though?
Yeah,
And
she
the
has the
cult.
brothers. The
She was
crazy
actually a
cult brothers.
shape changer doppelganger. It's gonna get really weird, guys.
Which part?
Yes.
As long as she's not a mimic.
Was the Weary Traveler the first bar that we went to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one where the darts were happening, that was a different one. That was the
That was the
Tarpaulin.
tarpaulin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, I think we should try to track down this missing sailor. Make sure it wasn't Khuda.
To
I
the
agree.
docks then. I'm thirsty. It's 9 a.m. and I haven't had any grog yet.
Yeah, you guys easily make your way down the streets through the gates of Monmurg, and as you recall, the whole city itself kind of slopes down towards the docks district, and you make your way down the cobblestone streets and easily retrace your steps to the Weary Traveler. And as you enter, you see the familiar face of the barkeep behind the bar. There's really not anybody in there. But do this for me. Give me a D20 roll. Theo, give me a D20 roll. And Irin, give me a D10 roll.
1d10 coming up.
Let me know what
Good
you got.
lord, this thing's being a pain.
I got a 6.
6, okay.
There we go, 12.
Okay, 12.
I mean, you did get a 1 the first time.
Oh, it displayed as a D10. So,
That was
okay,
mine.
yeah. So yeah, never mind. It's a 1.
It's a 1, okay. All right. So you walk in and you see the bartender, this huge man, heavily muscled frame. He's got bright clothing that just doesn't quite seem to match at all, and he's cleaning the bar. It looks as though he's cleaning up after whatever festivities happened in the wee hours of the morning. Hey, we're not open yet. What can I do for you?
When are you open?
You actually close?
I got some time to clean up.
We're actually wondering if perhaps we could ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Maybe about something that happened maybe a few months back.
Phew, try to remember for you. What is it? And he just kind of keeps cleaning, and this whole time you're asking him, he's kind of moving about, pushing chairs and wiping things off.
So, a few months back there was I know what you're going to say, one of a myriad of ships here in town. And some of the crew from that ship got in some kind of fight with a priest out in the marketplace. They had been staying here, and evidently one of that crew member may or may not have gotten back on the ship. We're just trying to find anything we can to track down this guy. He was a dwarf, not unlike me.
Well, you got anything more than that? Is there any description of the dwarf? As you can imagine, there's lots of fights around here, lots of sailors too.
That makes sense. I don't have a description of my brother, but I'll make one up right now.
Improv. Hey, Byron, roll a d20 for me. Perception.
Well, he probably, looked,
perception?
Yeah.
13.
In many ways looked similar to me. Kind of a big nose. He wore his beard with a little bit more mustache than I do, so his mustache was really kind of bigger than the cut of his beard. May or may not have worn his hair in maybe 3 or 4 braids.
Dwarf. Any tattoos or anything that would make him stand out a bit?
He had a chunk taken out of his left ear.
Left ear. Bit of a fighter, you say. What's the name of the ship they was on?
The Griffin Wing.
Ah, the Griffin Wing, Solana's ship. Sure, I know of it. I know the crew.
Yeah.
They've been here more than once. What's the chap's name you're looking for?
Well, we're not sure necessarily who it was that was in this fight because we're only tracking him down third hand, but it may have been someone called Khuda.
I don't know the name necessarily, but I do recall they were missing one of their men when they were shoving off. Spent a little bit of time looking for him, but that sort of thing happens from time to time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this individual you seek, but I do know Solana. I know the ship. They were here probably 3-4 months back, I suppose.
Do you know where they were headed?
Usually I don't
After you?
ask that sort of thing. I just try to be hospitable, serve them what they need, take their coin, that sort of thing.
Would they have had to leave plans with anyone, like the portmaster?
Depends. If they were working for somebody local, they might have left a manifest, but typically no. That sort of thing doesn't happen for just depends, I guess. If they were coming into port with cargo offloading, they would have had to check in with the portmaster. If they were disembarking with cargo, they would have had to have some record of it.
But nothing when they were leaving. Makes sense.
Byron, as they're talking, you look around sort of the center of the tavern, and you see that what you pick out pretty quickly as a wrestling ring that had been erected, and it looks as though there had been maybe some sort of a fight thing going on the night previous.
Oh, nice. I'll nudge Irin. Irin,
Monmurg Championship Wrestling.
Irin, when was the last time we did a fight club?
Oh, not another fight pit. All right.
Rhunar, the Blades Master of
You boys fighters. You look like you're fighters.
If you could call what we do to them fighting.
Mostly slap and tickle, if you know what I'm saying.
That's creepy.
They usually don't fight back very much.
Well, these are gentlemanly fights, you know.
Yes.
Hand-to-hand combat. Survival of the fittest. Good way to make some coin.
I believe it was the part you were interested in.
What time are you doing the next one?
Well, we do it once a week. So we did it last night.
Oh,
If you're around next week, I suggest you stop on by and put in. You look like you could probably, maybe not you, but you, Dwarf, you look like you could hold your own.
I've been known to, yes.
I wish I could help you out. You say they got in a fight with some priest. Is that what you said?
Some priest. I think somebody said his name was
Tildrasil?
Yeah,
Turvel.
Turvel.
Turvasil?
Terrible still.
Turvel, still.
I know the name. Some of his acolytes, you might say, spend a bit of time here every once in a while. I've seen him around.
His acolytes do not happen to be a group of brothers, do they?
Not so sure about that. The ones I'm talking about are bald-headed. They all kind of look the same. Dark red robes. Kind of
Who
creepy
wanted
shit.
to run into these guys?
Out of character, so it's just us with matching robes? Cool. Back into character. Oh, well, they'll be obvious.
Where do those
Andy,
guys?
Michael, Chad, and Dave running around with red robes on.
Not
So
me,
where do
dog.
these,
I got so much hair.
Shave your head.
We can fix that.
Yeah.
Where do Tervasil and his friends hang out?
Well, like I said, these boyos of his been seen around here from time to time. I don't know the guy, but I hear he runs around with some of the high society folks up inside the walls.
Do they
Social
have,
climber and that sort of thing.
You don't know if they have like a temple or something?
I ain't heard of it. I don't even know what religion they're into. I ain't much of a religious man myself, but each their own, I guess, as long as you're not murdering people in the streets.
Yeah, there's some of that happening around here too, I hear.
Aye. You're damn straight on that. It's bad for business.
Any rumors going around about that might be? Like who might be doing that?
Don't know.
No.
Some of the folks around here have been calling him the Monmurg Ripper.
No
Mostly-
witnesses though.
Not that I'm aware of. Town guard doesn't seem to have done much about it. Most of the
What about
victims, of
that,
course, being from the dregs, if you will. Not none of these high society folks. Otherwise, you can imagine they'd be all over that.
Right.
What about this mugging that we heard about outside the Tarpaulin? 3 people killed and a 4th one taken hostage?
Not familiar with that one, chap.
Kind of shit happens around. There's lots of gangs down here in the void on the docks. Could be something to do with that. Look, fellas, if you swing back tonight, perhaps you'll find what you're looking for. I don't know, but I got work to do. I got to clean up this fight pit. I did make a pretty penny last night, though, I must say.
Well, thank you for your time. And Theo just puts 10 gold on the counter.
You
I'll
sure you
pick
don't
the
want a
10 gold up
drink?
for him.
Oh, no, we'll come back for the drinks. I just always make sure the bartender, I stay on his good side. It's just a policy.
Fair enough. If for that kind of coin you can stick around if you want, I'll pour you a mug. Otherwise, I'll see you in the evening.
I could use a breakfast mug. Could you guys use a breakfast mug?
Yeah, we'll take one. One
Well,
road beer,
shit.
please.
And he throws down his rag and walks over. Just frothing beer. Puts a couple down in front of you.
All right, fellas, I'm not going to wait on you hand and foot. I got work to do. Enjoy it. And he
We'll
walks
just
away.
Fine, thanks.
Much
I love this
obliged.
town.
Well, that wasn't nearly as lucrative as I'd hoped.
Well, we also showed up very early in the morning. We should
Yeah.
have known better, but we found
Oh.
out there's a fight club, and that is a valuable thing. There's probably no vampires at this one.
As far as you know.
Yeah, there's no guarantees.
Well,
Oh gosh.
what now? I mean, I guess we could come
Yeah.
back here later tonight and try to talk to more people, or
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we just go looking for cultists.
It strikes me that
How hard can it be?
I mean, a
go
sailor
looking-
probably did not get in a fight with a cultist in the market at night. That probably happened during the day. So why don't we just go shopping?
Go to the market?
I only have 2 gold left. I don't want to go shopping.
Where did the rest of it go?
He spent it all.
He bought a bunch of stuff.
Or he's lying.
Lost it.
He tried to buy things, but then he was broke.
I bought a lot of stuff.
He bought all the drugs.
Well, they say money
No
is
drugs.
the root of all evil.
I mean, I don't have any money, so I'm as good as it comes.
This would explain why you're in such a good and cheery mood today. Of course, good.
Check out my sweet potion. This will make me grow a beard.
We'll make some money once we get it. Once we move our cargo.
Let's go check out the market one way or the other. It's the best place I have to start.
All right.
It's a good idea.
I think you guys want to stick together. I kind of want to head back to the ship and start getting just make sure it's all patched up. Make sure we're taking care of it all right.
Buddy system. 2 of us go to the market. 2 of us go to the ship.
Yeah, we can meet back up shortly after that. I just want to go double check with the guys, make sure the ship's doing okay, have repairs getting set up, maybe.
Yeah, I should probably go back to the ship and check in with them.
Then I will go to
I'll
the
go
market
to the
with Irin.
market.
All right.
Beautiful.
All right.
Is that
fair
okay,
enough.
Dave?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's not okay.
No, you can't.
You
the
all
ship's
have
gone.
to go to the market.
The ship's gone. Actually, the ship's at the market.
No!
How did the
How
ship
did the
get in
ship
the
get at the
market?
market?
I have so many questions.
They wouldn't dare leave.
Okay, so let's start with Rhunar and Byron. You guys make your way back to the ship. What would you like to accomplish while you're there?
I'm
Rhunar,
gonna check on the running of things, make sure they got their schedules all set up, make sure they're keeping watch at night. I want to make
we
sure
should double check that we paid them.
Yeah, we've been gone about a week. We've been in town about a week, right?
Yes, it has been
with the
exactly a
downtime.
week. Yep.
So I'm gonna pay them a week's
I forgot about the
salary.
week thing.
Okay.
We haven't paid them since Saltmarsh, right?
All right. So you pay them a week's salary.
And
then it was 2 days. It was 2 days to get there too. So you've got
Yeah.
those 2 days. So maybe like 9 days.
Okay.
And it's not like you guys haven't been in contact with the ship during the last week. You've checked in. You've probably been down at the ship. Some of the guys have taken little jaunts of shore leave, to go do whatever they need to do, take care of their personal affairs and whatnot. But yeah, you guys make it back to the ship. and you take care of some of the bookkeeping. You pay the guys; they're super happy. Morale is pretty good, although Fritz does come up to you, Captain Deg, and he's kind of wondering what the next plan is. Yeah, Captain, how long are we going to be staying here in Monmurg then?
Well, we're waiting to hear about this cargo,
Aye,
and we're selling it. And
fantastic.
We're just waiting for the deal to go through.
Where are
Everybody
we
just needs
heading next?
Everyone just needs to stay out of jail.
Yeah,
That's not entirely certain yet. We might pick up some cargo here and move on, or we might stay a little while and earn some money here. I don't know. We got a little bit of time until this deal goes through. So, but once we,
What do you think we should do, Fritz?
well, the boys always happiest when they're out on the sea and out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Some of the boys would like to spend some more time at the taverns, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
We just if you have some idea of where we're headed next, I might be able to be getting some preparations in place.
well, I think we can set up like a little schedule where a couple. What do you think, Byron?
Well-
Maybe four or five guys can go ashore at a time.
What about this? How about tonight after we do our investigation, instead of going back to the merchants district, I'll come back to the ship, and we'll give the guys a couple days where they can go to shore, party, chill, do their thing, and I'll do watch on the ship, and I'll do random maintenance and take care of the ship.
So starting tonight, the whole crew can go ashore.
Starting tonight, yeah. Well, I would want Korga and Tamis to stay because I have a bone to pick with them.
Okay, so Korga and Tamis will stay guard. The rest of the crew gets leave tonight.
What did I do?
Tonight. I don't want to hear it, Korga.
Oh,
You didn't support me when I said we'd loot that warehouse.
It was
That was
Tamis.
the mistake.
It was Tamis.
Well, you're involved.
Ah, shit. All right.
Disciplinary.
Don't worry, it's not going to be discipline. It's just going to be work.
Okay, so you guys come up with a plan, and everything looks great. Fritz is super dependable. You guys really have nothing to worry about with Fritz. Sales is there too. She is really fucking bored. She's like, when are we getting out of here? And where is Theo?
You can go back to shore 2 sales if you want and hang out for a while. You could even find Theo tonight if you want. I don't know where he is. He's probably in the merchants district. And I'll write down the address of the merchant's place that we've been staying at. You should go find him.
He's been spending a lot of time in the library. I'd like to know what he's been up to, if you know what I mean.
I don't want to know. It's probably necromancer stuff.
Dave, are we able to stay at that apartment just until the deal goes through? Is there a deadline?
Yeah,
on that?
it's kind of indefinite. That was the implication from Alesco,
Okay.
was that you guys had that flat until the deal was completed.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, you guys take care of what you need to take care of at the ship. Everything looks good. You pay the guys, so just mark off that from the ledger.
I did it.
Irin and Theo, you're gonna head into the market ward, as it were. What would you like to do there?
Yeah, I think
Where's me now?
maybe we kind of walk around, see what kind of stuff is around. You know, kind of keeping an eye out for bald dudes in red robes.
Definitely cultist hunting. Also,
Yeah.
probably eating a lot. Like, oh hey, it's like it's a state fair.
Okay.
Yeah, see what kind of things are for sale, what kind of people are around. Maybe what kind of smithy sort of folks sell their wares out here.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Each of you roll a perception check for me as you're strolling about the merchant's ward, taking in the shops. You make your way down the road towards what serves as the market, which is this large square of rows and rows of some temporary, some permanent vendor stalls. selling all kinds of things from food to crafts to clothing and jewelry. You could find almost anything in this marketplace. Different kinds of animals, exotic animals and things like that. You do find a smithy, and it appears to be at least one. You probably find more than one, but there is a dwarven smith in Monmurg, and seems extremely busy. There's a couple of different forges inside his establishment. He's got quite an operation going. Some, not as big as what you've seen in Iron Gate, but pretty substantial. It's impressive. Well-run operation.
Definitely bigger than Saltmarsh.
Oh yeah. Yep. That was just a single forge. It was a good one, but yeah, this is much larger. You do also, as you're walking around, you just kind of making observations of people, observations of buildings, looking down alleys, and at one point, Theo, you stop and look around, and you look behind you, and Irin was just right with you like a second ago, walking through the market, and now he's not there. You turn around and you see him probably like 30 feet back, and there's people, bustling about the marketplace, so it's, you can just see him as people are kind of passing by and obscuring him for a moment, and then you can see him again, and he's just standing there looking in a direction, not moving, no motion.
Gonna step back to Irin and just follow his gaze, going, "Do you see something?"
It's just a big old butt.
You look, Theo, down towards where he's looking, and it's just an alley, a dark alley, dimly lit by the sun because the buildings are rather tall. Irin, what's going on in your thought process right now is you were caught off guard by the dark shadows of this particular alleyway, and for a split second, you thought you saw your brother walking towards you, and then it faded right when Theo came to you. He walked into a shadow and then was gone. And then you just feel Theo's hand on your shoulder, and he says,
"Are you seeing something?"
I don't know. Man. You look for something for so long, sometimes you start to see it everywhere.
You saw something down this alley. It was a trick
maybe.
of the light. Hey, you know what? We're not doing anything else. And Theo just starts heading towards the alley.
Fucking A. Well, yeah. Let's go to the alley.
You walk into the alley and you look around, and it just looks like an alley. It's dark, but there's nobody there.
Theo's just gonna work his way down the alley, see what's on the far side of it. Just, look.
Where, so you say when I saw this, whatever, walk into a shadow, that's where he kind of disappeared, then when Theo showed up, right?
Yeah, so like right when Theo put his hand on your shoulder and like roused you, you're maybe it wasn't that dramatic, but you like blinked your eyes, and the image of your brother was gone. It's almost like he shook you out of a daydream.
Sure. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll look around like where I thought that like final spot was, as it were.
Roll an investigation check for me, Irin.
All right. I made jokes earlier, but I actually am a pretty good investigator. I'm going to roll a 1 here. I know it.
No.
It is a 1 and then a 6, so close.
You look over at the spot where you thought you saw movement, and the image of what looked like a dwarven person, maybe your brother. And you look down, and indeed there are footprints in a little bit of wet grime in the alleyway, and there's a box next to it.
Theo,
Yeah, that
look at
that's
this.
a box.
Tell me about this box, Dave. I don't want to touch it yet.
It's a wooden crate that is turned upside down, and there is, based on that investigation, you can see that there is a couple of small, maybe 5.5 to 6 inch long sticks. There's 3 of them that are laying right next to it, and one of the sticks is kind of lodged underneath the crate.
Wait, there's 5 to 6 inch long sticks.
Yep, almost like
3
little
of them.
dowels. There's 3 of them. Yep, and they're just laying on the ground next to this crate, and one of the sticks is kind of lodged underneath as if the crate was set on top of it.
And the crate is open side up or open side down?
Open side down.
Okay. Maybe I'll kind of give it a little shake.
You shake the box, and
Yeah.
you hear.
Is that a rat noise?
That's weird.
The box kind of moves a little bit. You feel some movement against the sides of it as you are holding the box down.
This is an odd place.
Theo is going to, just on principle, say some magic words, and eyes turn ice blue and detect magic.
No magic.
Well, it's not magical, so it could just be a normal rat.
Yeah, it's odd. I got footprints here. I got a rat and a box or something. I guess let's.
Theo conjures Mage Hand and has the Mage Hand at the ready next to the box to try and grab anything.
Okay.
All right.
I'll open the box.
What's in the box? What's in the box? All right, Theo, roll a dexterity. Let's see. What would be a mage hand roll to grab something?
Sleight of
Either
hand?
Dex or caster trait, I don't know.
Yeah, you could. There could be arguments for either or.
Yeah, whichever you prefer.
Caster trait!
Okay. Roll better than a 5, which shouldn't be too hard for you. Yeah, as Irin lifts up the crate, your mage hand grasps this rat and just squeezes it and holds it. And it's just flailing around, its tail whipping.
We're not going to do anything to you. You're not tasty.
It just looks like a rat.
Yeah, and as you look down, I mean, it looks like a rat trap. Someone set up a little deadfall trap.
Yeah. I mean, that was my first thought. We're
Hard
going to
same.
need a bigger box. Well, here, let's. Somebody set this here. I mean, we might as well put it back.
I don't know. He's kind of cute for a rat.
Well, you can keep him.
No, I don't want to keep a rat. I just don't want to imprison him either.
Fair enough.
Just set the rat down and let him go.
Okay. You let
Is
the
there
rat
any-
go.
Is there any like markings on this crate? Like,
Nondescript crate. Just a
Nondescript crate.
small wooden crate. Yep.
okay, well, weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, with that 20 roll and for investigation, you probably do see as you look at the crate there is a little logo. It's kind of faded,
Oh
and
yeah.
it
Okay.
says Red Herring Fish Company.
Yep. Nice.
No subtlety.
Red Herring Fish Company.
Nice.
We should go there.
Total clue. It's a total clue,
Like
guys.
it might be
I've
run
got
by a
such a clue.
Here's the
It's our
thing,
raging
Dave.
clue.
Dave he could know that we know that this is too obvious, which means it has to be the real clue.
Is this a never go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line kind of scenario?
I think
That didn't
it's
end
a
well with the
reverse
Sicilian.
it's reverse Aaron.
I couldn't resist that one, I guess.
No, that's good.
We
As
support it.
As you guys head back out to the main thoroughfare, Theo, you did roll a pretty awesome 20 perception check. As you walk back out, you see a familiar face. You see the woman that you spoke to at the Weary Traveler, the young girl. She's walking by in a hurry.
Hello. Nice lady whose name I didn't get.
Oh, yes.
I
From
didn't
the
give a
Weary
name either.
Traveler.
Yes. I actually am really grateful I ran into you. How are your brothers?
The minute you mention her brothers, you just kind of see her face sort of drop. She kind of looks around, kind of nervously, and she says, "I haven't seen my brothers in a day. I don't know where they are. It's like they just left me."
In that case, we may have something in common. By the way, hello, my name is Theo. This is my friend Irin, Coalbiter.
Nice to meet you. My name is Janessa.
Lovely to meet you, Janessa. Could we talk to you a minute about where they might be and if we can help find them?
Yes. That would be wonderful. I haven't seen them for almost 24 hours. It's very strange for them to be gone without telling me where they would go.
Do you think this has something to do with the
Red
religious
Herring Fish
organization?
Company.
The Red Herring Fish Company is not the issue here, dude.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
I don't know. That's the question, isn't it? I must say that it is strange. There's supposedly an event this evening that they were to attend at the home of the priest they've been spending so much time with.
Therasil? Teldrassil? Something of that nature?
Yes, Tervasil.
Tervasil.
Yes, there's some sort of soiree at the estate where he lives, and they were to provide some security for the event. And I don't know if they'll make it now, and we were to make some good coin. That would have been very helpful.
Do you know if your brothers had been meeting with this group anywhere else that we could ask after them?
I know that they've met at the Weary Traveler with some of his acolytes or followers, the ones with the shaved heads.
Yes, I've heard.
Creepy looking guys,
People with shaved heads are creepy looking.
especially when they're wearing red robes.
It doesn't help. Well, we were trying to find out a little bit more about this group anyway. It seems a friend of ours who was in town a few months back may have run into them. So we will most likely shortly be asking around and trying to find this organization. We'll ask for your brothers as well and see if we can't find them, if that would put some of your heart at ease.
Yes, I just wish that they would have told me where they went, and as I mentioned, they did obligate themselves to this party tonight at the estate.
So there's a deal with Therasil, and you were supposed to provide security with your family.
Well, my brothers were. I've been trying to stay out of it. That's the fanaticism thing just doesn't go well with me.
So if we were perhaps to show up there and offer our services as security, that might be of use to them.
Perhaps I could show you where it is.
We would be in your debt, and I would owe you another round.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, very good. All right, so she takes you, she guides you through the streets, leaving the marketplace and moving back into the merchants' ward, which are more like brick and mortar shops kind of a situation. A lot of office space and that sort of thing, but there are some residential estates as well in that area. And she takes you to a very beautiful 2-story townhome looking thing, and it has an iron gate around it, gardens in the front that are well kept, and there doesn't seem to be anybody about, but it does sort of signal to you sort of a upper echelon of wealth and power, almost on the same level as, and maybe it would be on the same level like an Anders Solmore estate type of situation. A little bit smaller.
Brownstone?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. This is the priest's house.
I am not exactly sure whose house it is, but this is the place where the party is supposed to be this evening.
Well, perhaps we will go and make some inquiries both here and, of course, in the docks. What were your brothers' names?
I knew you were going to ask that, but 1 second while I try to remember.
Ogo, Pogo, Yogo, and Hogo?
Allow me to consult my family lineage.
Yes, my family tree.
D20 tree roll.
We've got Rolf,
Oh, nice.
Gunter, Petra, and Simon.
And is there a family surname? The such and such brothers?
Anderson.
The Anderson brothers. Excellent.
There's only like 16,000 of them here in Monmurg.
How many Anderson brothers are there in a group, though?
Oh no, you misheard me. Anderson.
Oh, I apologize. I did not realize you were from that part of the world.
Yes.
I don't know how to make.
Where
my
can
word
we find
processor
you
make
if we
that.
find them?
Well, I suppose I will be back down in the docks district where we're staying. So perhaps at the Weary Traveler again. It's right around the corner from where we've got our lodging.
The bartender owes me several drinks at this point, and I owe you a drink at least. So if we find anything, we will try to find you there. Yes?
Very well. Thank you. Thank you for.
Vanessa, you have been amazing.
Thank you. She hurries off, and leaving the two of you.
Looks to Irin. So, do we want to go try and have this conversation now, or do we want to risk having Byron here?
What do you mean? Going up to the house and being like,
Going
hey,
up and starting to make inquiries, seeing if they need work for this evening.
I was thinking we could ask around to find out who the caterers were.
I was just going to go with guards because that's a little bit more believable. I am an okay cook at best.
Oh no, I don't know. Somebody plays too much Hitman. Poison the cake. And
Well,
then
no,
poison the hot dogs as well.
I mean, this seems fairly straightforward. We go up, we say, hello, we are such and such. We spoke with Janessa Anderson. She's terribly sorry. Her brothers cannot provide security, but she suggested perhaps we should inquire to help take their spot. And as they say in certain foreign shores, biggity bang, biggity bam.
Interesting. I haven't been to such a place, but
You guys do have a chef on your crew.
we do.
Emil.
I do. Yeah.
Emil Alphonse.
I like fuck, hanging out with you guys has rubbed me the wrong way. I like the cut of your jib.
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
It is.
Fucking A, let's try it.
Okay.
What is a jib?
Do you want to do now, or should we consult with the other two before we commit ourselves?
We might as well go now. We're here.
Okay.
You head up to the door.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, and you knock at the door, and you wait for a while. You wait for a little bit longer, and eventually the door swings open, and you see in front of you a tiefling warlock, or a tiefling, sorry, who you see a red-skinned tiefling with this shock of red hair above his head that kind of comes down. It's almost like in a wide mohawk that comes down in front with kind of a set of bangs that sort of fold forward. He has on this amazing wide jacket, wide shouldered, almost like it has shoulder pads in it to make it like look wider, and a really wide collar that kind of curls up at the sides. And he's got this white silk button shirt. He's very well dressed, and he looks to you and says, "Could I be of service?"
First of all, the horns are amazing. They look wonderful.
Thank you.
Second of all, we are trying to reach Therasil on behalf of the Anderson brothers. If we might be able to speak with him for a moment.
Terrivelsil.
Terrivasil. I apologize. I heard it secondhand from his sister, and the enunciation was not the clearest.
Well, you're looking at him, and my sister does not exist.
No, this is very complicated. I will try to simplify it as much as possible. The Anderson brothers, we were told by their sister, was supposed to do security for some business you had this evening, yes?
Yes, we're having a bit of a gathering this evening, and the gentlemen that you're speaking of, I guess I didn't catch all of their names, but yes, they have...
Gunther, Pater, and Simon.
They had shown an interest, yes, that rings a bell, in assisting with keeping an eye on things, if you will. Working the door, making sure that only our invited guests are welcome into the estate.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, the Anderson brothers seem to have gone missing. But when we spoke with Janessa, she mentioned that that we might, myself, my friend, hello, my name is Theo, by the way, this is Irin. We have
Pleasure.
2 other associates, so same number, actually. We might be able to do the work in their stead if the work was still needed.
Well, interesting. I had not heard that they were not going to be showing up for their obligations, but what sort of credentials do you have? Typically, I don't hire anyone without some sort of references.
Well, we've recently arrived from across the sea. Unfortunately, I could tell you some of the stories of things we've done in the distant town of Saltmarsh, but the town and some of its things are forgettable. But I see a hand. Is the hand doing something or just...
Yeah, I think while Theo's talking, I'm just like kind of like, like cracking knuckles, like, kind of rolling the shoulders a bit, like.
We do come both well equipped, and Theo will in fact tap his smoldering chest plate that begins to smolder. And we are Coast's most talented, and he waves his hand and uses minor illusion to create a illusory image, a clear kind of hologram like of the 4 Anderson brothers in his hand. So we come
Impressive.
with, well, this is the best resume I have to offer you, because we haven't yet had a chance to make an impression in this town, which we were looking forward to doing in your service.
Mm-hmm. And your services, how much do you charge for such things?
As we are new to town, I'm not sure what the going rates are, so of course I would be more than willing to begin a much more introductory fee. We're doing a lot of this for networking, if you can believe it, of course. Perhaps 100 gil or 100 gold for the evening.
100 gold.
100
Tell you
gil.
what. Stop by this evening, just after sundown, and if what did you say their names were?
Anderson brothers.
Anderson. If the Andersons have not arrived, perhaps I could put you to work.
Excellent. We look forward to it. And Theo begins to bow and stops like halfway through, looks up. There are no vampires involved, are there?
No, and no warlocks either.
Oh, well,
That's good.
fascinating. Some have called me one. I've been called a number of terrible things. Warlock, necromancer. It's a hard life out there for some people, eh?
Yes, for those that don't understand.
Then I believe you and I see eye to eye on this. We will see you this evening, even if only to bid our adieu.
Very well. Good day.
Good day. Wait, door closed. Theo promptly turns, walks off properly through the gate, closes the gate, and goes, I think that guy was a fucking warlock.
I don't know anything about that, but he was. Yeah, he was a little.
Oh,
Different.
no, there is definitely some strange things happening there. On the other hand, a strange thing does not necessarily mean a bad thing. But we should be ready just in case. Yes. We should probably go find.
Not ready.
Sometimes, like in the middle of the night, if we've had too much to drink. Okay. We should probably go find the boys. By now, Byron may have burned down the tarpaulin or something.
Jeez, that place
That's
is,
what you wanted to do.
that place
It's
is
very
doomed.
important to project the things you want to do onto other people so that when it happens, you are not the most notable suspect.
Dress for the job you want, not the job you are getting.
Precisely. That made no sense, but that's okay. Come, let's go back to the ship.
All right, so you guys make your way back down to the good buddy. Rhunar and Byron are there, kind of taking care of kind of day-to-day business on the ship. And the four of you now meeting. It's just after midday at this point, maybe early to mid-afternoon.
Good news, boys. I found us a job.
A job.
What are we doing?
Well, it's
What's
a
going on?
funny thing. You remember the very nice lady I spoke to the first day at the Weary Traveler?
Yeah.
Not
Ran
really.
into her. Of course you don't. She was pretty. It was okay. The important part is her brothers were involved in a certain cult that we may be interested in. Her brothers, as of yesterday, have gone missing. And the leader of said cult is having a soiree this evening where the brothers were supposed to do some security work. And we have just put our hat in the ring that if the Anderson brothers continue to be missing, that was these gentlemen, we will be doing the security work.
So you want us to do security for a church, and
No, it's more of a cult.
we're gonna be. Oh, okay.
It's a house.
So you want us to do security for a cult that will be. This is our first job in Monmurg, and if we mess up or
Nope.
something bad
Second job
happens,
in
we're
Monmurg.
responsible.
Well,
Second job.
I feel like you
Touche,
took
you're
what I
right.
said and just missed the point.
Yes. The answer is yes.
where was this at?
In the merchant ward?
Yeah.
What
the
was
nice
the?
bit of
Oh, I
town.
like the merchant ward.
Oh, it's a nice place.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
Yes. It's
So-
probably going to be movers and shakers there.
Wealthy,
So,
wealthy
yes.
aristocrat types.
Dibs
Very
on
well
the one
dressed.
that gets to walk around.
I was actually assuming you would take that job because my assumption is if
All
we are
right.
doing the security work, we will then have enough of run of the place to take a look around, see if there aren't any secret levels where there might be a whole family of men and a dwarf hidden beneath it, or if there is another location they might be operating on. It gives us a chance to investigate.
I love it. I love it. I love everything you just said.
I am suddenly very
But-
concerned.
I need to tell you. So I gave the guys off. I gave all the crew a night off. I was going to hold the ship down tonight.
Well, get him
Why
back.
would you do this to me, Byron?
So here's what I can do. I can cancel that. But if I'm
Well-
going to do that, we have to give the crew something. So I think we need to either buy a couple kegs for them, or we need to, give them an extra day's pay. I have 2 gold to my name right now, so
Yeah.
I can't. But I told them they could have the night off. So
Except Korga and Tamis.
except for Korga and Tamis, who I'm not going to leave on the boat alone.
Why not?
So let's get Fitz back and get him something nice. And
All right,
Sales is responsible.
Okay.
Sales is certainly someone who, if they are here, problems will not happen as badly.
I told Sales she could find you in the merchant ward.
But really?
Did they all leave yet?
And Theo probably looks over his shoulder like, why isn't she here already?
Yeah, she's not there.
Where are we right now?
You're on the ship.
We're on the ship.
Okay. So the whole crew except for Korga and Tamis went into town.
Let's track down a couple of them. I will find Sales. Someone else find Fitz. That's enough of a crew to keep watch.
All right. Let's do this. I think it's a great idea.
So we want Kyle, Tamis, Fritz, and Sales to stay on the boat.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, you got. It takes
Yeah.
some time. Eventually, Sales returns, and Fritz actually hasn't left yet, so it's easy enough to convince them to for Fritz to he wasn't really planning on doing much anyways. So yeah, easy enough. You assign the 4 of them the watch, and night begins to fall on Monmurg, and you can see the port starts to shut down. People are cleaning things up, moving things along, and it becomes close to dark at this point. You guys make your way back up to the merchant ward.
Before we go, Theo is just going to ask Sales, is there anything nice you want from the good part of town while we were there? As I did just call you back from shore leave.
I'm looking for something good to read. Seems like you've been spending a lot of time at the Athenaeum. Maybe you picked something up that might be useful.
I didn't get to take any of it with me because it's a library, but there are many bookshops there. So are you looking for more of an adventure, more of a romance, a history?
History or natural history would be ideal. Preferably of the Amadio.
Well, that is certainly on point. Good on you. I'll see what I can round up while we're there.
Very well. Don't get into too much trouble.
What could possibly go wrong? We're posing as security for a cult meeting with a bunch of rich people in town, using it as an excuse to investigate what sort of shady things they're up to. How could this possibly go wrong?
That thought.
Yep.
If I had a copper piece for every time I heard that.
And Theo just drops a silver in her hand.
Very
At least
well.
that much.
Should we have better clothes?
I was
That's
just
good
thinking
clothes.
about
Theo has like some
I feel
fancy
fine.
clothes.
that.
Theo's going to wear the
Also-
fancy clothes.
Do you think it would be worth running this guy's name by Alesco?
I mean, it's
Or would we want to
Yeah.
just keep him out of this?
I think we keep him
I
out of
don't
this for
know.
the moment.
Yeah, I'm with Theo on this one.
yeah. Depending on how tonight progresses, if we don't end up burning this place down, which
Let's not mix business and personal until we
Yeah.
have to.
yeah. So as long as this night doesn't get crazy, then maybe we make inquiries in that way.
All right, so
For
maybe
all we
we
know,
should...
he's going to be there.
So do we need, if we're working security, do we need nicer clothes or?
I don't know.
Look,
I mean,
it never hurts.
I'm gonna wear
Yeah.
my cloak.
Theo's
I'm
already
not gonna
wearing
wear
nice
nice
clothes under his breastplate.
My cloak is really nice,
I could use
and I'll pull the hood up.
I could use
I know
some
a good
threads.
tailor. Would you like to stop by there, my friend?
Yeah. Do you
Let
think
us
they'll
go
still be
shopping.
open?
I mean, do we have time for that? To have picked up?
Dave?
Fuck, even if I get a slightly nicer
We're
tunic
guards,
or
not
something.
guests.
I know, but still,
You if you wanted to do it, you could make it happen. Time is tight, but you could make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even thinking like something fancy. I'm just thinking like,
Yeah.
something a little bit above traveler's clothes.
Right.
Know,
Yeah, exactly.
a battle stained shirt that I've probably bled in more times than not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a piece of brain matter from those fucking skeletons we fought on the beach.
No, that's from
I
the
haven't been able to get it
That's
out.
from the Sawajin. The Sawajin
Yeah.
have brains. That's
Yeah,
No,
the
Sawajin
old
brains were
brains.
green. That's totally yellow.
old brains.
Oof.
Yeah,
All right. Let's
yeah.
swing
Even
by
if it's
there.
just getting something off the rack, I'm fine with. I don't have a
Sure.
problem.
Yeah,
me
so
too.
maybe not quite as fancy as Theo's
Yeah,
clothing that he
obviously
got.
something I can still.
Just something that doesn't make us look like we're straight out of the docks, you know?
Yeah, and you don't have time to get anything tailored, so you'd have to pretty much
Yeah.
take something off the rack. So you're able to find some nice clothing for about 3 gold total.
Okay.
So who's going to be investing in a nice set of clothing?
I
Me.
will. Oh,
Okay.
Rhunar will. Cool.
Byron,
me
would
too.
you like me to buy you a fine set of clothing, perhaps a new tunic and doublet?
If anyone
Double.
sees my tunic and doublet, I haven't done my job.
Wait,
I don't think this works.
where
the way
was
you
the
think it works.
comma in that sentence?
I don't think there was one.
Let's just go. It's fine.
If
Let's go.
anybody has seen my tunic and doublet guy, I haven't done my job.
Dave, could these be considered
Guy,
fine
what?
clothes?
Your tunic and doublet
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Fine clothes?
No,
Sure.
no.
Yep.
If I'm wearing a tunic and a doublet and somebody sees it, it's
And you
I haven't
call
done
them
my job.
guy. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So you guys get yourselves squared away with some fine clothes, and you head back over to the house, the estate in the merchant ward. And as you walk up, you see a variety of other guests that appear to be walking towards the estate. They are dressed up in their own fine clothes, some of them extra fine, super duper fine clothes. And all of them have some sort of a mask on, like a masquerade mask. There is a masquerade ball happening at the estate this evening. So you see a bunch
could've
of
just-
interesting styles, but people are hustling through the streets towards the estate and being let in. And you do actually see there is a small group of men working the door.
Is it the Anderson brothers?
You don't know. I mean, I guess you might know because you've seen them before.
I've seen them before.
Yeah,
Well,
you would recognize them as the Andersons.
The Andersons. Which point Theo's going to walk right up and be like, Rolf, Gunther, Petra, Simon,
Yeah.
where have you been? Your sister is worried sick about you.
Janessa, she worries too much.
You're just checking because we had been here earlier because we were worried you would not be here and offered to help. Do they need more hands for security?
Are you here for security or are you attending the party?
Well, certainly I hope security because I don't have an invite.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we need additional security at this point.
Is that your decision to make or someone else's?
I suppose I could ask. Wait here.
Subcontracting.
Yeah. He goes in and he's gone for a little bit. And that was that would have been Rolf. So you're hanging out with Gunther, Petra, and Simon. Who did you say you guys were again?
Oh, my name is Theo. This is Irin. We came by earlier today to speak with Tervasil.
And this is Rhunar.
What's up?
Hello.
I'll stand.
How you
Did-
guys doing tonight?
I like your clothes. They look very, very nice.
Oh, thanks. I
Cool.
just got them.
We're fancy people. Has someone at least gone by and said hi to Janessa so she's not worried about you?
No, we were unable to see her today, but I imagine we see her tomorrow.
We will probably end up drunk at the Weary Traveler later. If we see her, we'll let them know.
Very well. Rolf comes back out and says, Tervasil says we don't need any more security here, but you're welcome to hang around if you want.
As in, and he just gestures towards the door.
Well, not inside the party, of course.
Okay, there you go.
Unless you have invitation.
No, not at the moment.
Yeah. Us neither. Otherwise, we'd be in there. Some good food in there.
The food is good, and you can't. Oh, see, we
I
could
knew I
have.
should have found out who the caterer was.
We don't have masks either.
Yeah,
No,
you would need the fancy, masquerade ball masks.
And where would you get those at this time of night? But you said the food is good. Who's doing the Is his chef doing it, or is someone catering?
There is a chef, in-house chef, very tasty. His name, what did he say his name was? Petra. Oh, I think he said his name was Wolfgang. Wolfgang. I don't recall the last name.
Kirk, Wolfgang Kirk.
Ah, that does sound familiar. Yes, it might be that one.
Yeah,
You've
he's
heard of
pretty
him?
Famous. He's pretty well known, right?
Yeah.
Very
well,
good.
if nothing else, we may linger by the kitchen to get the smells. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good evening, Andersons.
Very good.
And walk back out. Be like, want to break in through the kitchen?
Oh, that don't
let's
work.
do it. I'll stealth in. I'll knock everyone out, and then you guys can follow me in.
Okay, knocking people out will get us noticed. However,
Oh,
if you can sneak in the back and do your sneaking around thing, might be of use right now.
Like
yeah,
there's
what if
there's
I
like a
could climb
remote
up and
chance
look in
that
windows?
What was that,
What
Rhunar?
I was just gonna say there's like a remote chance that Alaska could be at this party, right?
Yes, but how would you know with the masks? Oh, the smoking, of course.
I'm just saying, like,
I was
go
just
around
gonna
knocking
say,
people out.
I would remember the smell of that dude's cigars.
All right.
Yeah, he's
For
got a cloud
sure.
of smoke that just follows him around Monmurg.
Yeah, and
Well,
even if he's not
let's-
smoking, you can smell it on him.
Then
Is
let's
this something you
set
guys
up
want
on
me to
some
do?
let's set up on some roofs nearby. You do the incursion. We
Yes.
are loud, but that way, if something
I've
goes wrong,
never-
we're here to help out.
I've never been like, you guys have never condoned my sneaking before. It's just like,
It
really
is a
exciting for
day
me.
of firsts.
Just at the first
tired, I'm, like,
opportunity.
ready to blow your minds. Watch
At the
this.
first-
I'm gonna pull my hood up and I'm gonna try and disappear right in front of them.
All right. I was gonna ask you to do something, but
Go ahead
I
and
already,
roll,
I'm already trying to disappear.
roll a stealth check.
You'll see you. You're standing right in front of me.
A 22.
I got a 22.
Not bad. You watch as Byron pulls his hood up, and then he's just doesn't move. But you could totally see him because he's standing
Yeah.
right in front of you.
You
'Cause
know
he's
we
standing
can
right in front
still
of
see
us.
you because you're right in front of us, right? Now, if you would like to be actually invisible, I could make you invisible. I could make all of us invisible, actually.
Why don't we do that
We'll hold on
instead?
to that one. Ah, that's a very good point. Hold on.
Wait, why didn't you
Make
lead
us
with
all
that?
invisible.
Yeah, what?
Jesus.
How
you
does-
can do that.
How does that work?
Show
Wait a
me
minute.
your ways.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to like mug some fucking.
But we're not dead.
Uppers.
How can you do that?
I could make 3 of us invisible. So perhaps
All right, you three
could-
become invisible and follow me in, and I can hide from everyone else. I may not be able to hide from you guys, but I don't even want to. You're my friends.
How
By the way,
long-
at this point, we are down the block having this conversation.
Yeah, we're not outside the door next
Simon
to
and
We're at least
and
across the
Petra are
street.
like, what are they talking about?
Whispering. We're in a little corner.
These guys are very strange.
Hushed
Irin,
arguments.
one thing that you did notice with some of the attendees that were rushing into the front door that
I
they
have been meaning to ask about them. Yes.
Okay, go ahead and ask me something.
Yeah, okay. I guess mostly I just wanted like, what's the stream of people like? Like I guess partially like quantity, like how many people are piling into this house, right, or into this estate?
You saw
Like, do we notice? I'm just gonna throw out a few questions.
yeah, go ahead.
Do we notice like a diversity of folks? Obviously you can't tell everything because of masks, but
Yep.
You know, you got heights and builds, and does somebody have a fucking tail or feathers or something, right? And yeah, I guess. Is anybody carrying weapons? I guess one thing I'm not, partially because we've been in like Saltmarsh, and Iron Gate is vastly different. But like, are these like, you know, like nobles or upper class merchant type people or whatever, rich folks? You know, are they carrying any? You know, is anybody like small swords or daggers or anything like that?
Big swords.
Sure.
That we can see or anything, you know, because obviously we also know that ultimately, you know, from a certain perspective, this is a town of pirates. So yeah,
Yes.
those are
Okay.
my
Town
questions.
of princes.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, Irin.
Yes, sir. Nope. There we go. Perception.
$14.
14.
So you do see a diversity of people. You see probably 12-ish people walk in, at least one of which you believe was a dwarf from the stature.
Okay.
Men and women, male and female, women wearing very elegant dresses. Hard to say if they have any weapons on them. You don't think so. Nothing that is obvious to you. A couple of the men have what appear to be almost ornamental, like sabers, or maybe even a cutlass. None of them look like they're wearing armor. They're wearing very finely tailored clothing, and all of them have a very distinct mask that they have on as
Like
they're bustling about.
Like each mask is distinctly different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. From what you can tell, you didn't see any that were similar.
Okay.
And you also
And
noticed that
how
they
many-
are
how many
carrying they're carrying what appears to be some sort of a scroll.
Okay.
And as they approach the front door, you watch them enter, and there's some additional level of security, maybe a butler type, they're handing the scroll to. He's opening it, closing it, and handing it back to them.
Okay. You said there were some dwarves.
Mm-hmm. Dwarves and humans mainly, and
Okay.
mostly human. Obviously, there's one tiefling at least. Turtlesil.
But you said really only like 12 people?
That's what you saw in the
Okay.
last couple minutes while you're standing there. There could be additional people inside.
There could be more, sure.
Yep.
Okay.
People keep arriving as you're standing there. And it seems as though you can now hear voices from inside, but you guys are now down the block having a conversation about what you're going to do. But that's what you saw before you moved down the block.
Okay. Cool.
Is this like estate have like walls in a yard?
Not much. There is a iron fence around the small gardens in the front. It's pretty tight along the sides of the building as it goes back, and you couldn't see what was in the back of the two-story manor.
Would it be worth trying to walk around the back of this place?
Oh, we're definitely doing that. We're going to case the joint, then find a high level window and go in, or the basement, depending on what's available. But probably a window.
Theo, how long does that invisibility last?
1 hour.
Okay.
For a single bell, I can keep the three of us invisible.
If we got a hold of some invitations.
Depends on the invitation. If the invitation is for Lord and Lady Tarlington, they're gonna wonder which of this is the lady.
I can
Everybody's
look like a
ass.
lady.
I would just say getting an invitation is safer but a crapshoot, because anyone we get an
I like
invitation
the idea
off
of
of is, we don't know what's on them. The breaking in is a sure thing, but a little bit more dangerous. Even if we get inside, we're dressed well enough, we might be able to bluff our way through it once we're inside.
Do you want me to case the place right now? I can do a lap around the building.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'll. Well, first I'll take a look at the building. Is it like, does it have a yard, or is it just crammed into like an alleyway like Bleecker Street?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just got into that where it's there's a bit of a gardens in the front that is enclosed in an iron fencing, and it's the fence goes around the sides, but it's very tight up next to the building. There's not much of a side
That's
yard.
what I thought.
Yep, and it's 2 stories, and there
Perfect.
appear to be a number of chimneys that are billowing light wisps of smoke.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and keep my hood up, and I'll just move to like the building that's on the outside of that fence.
Okay.
And try to step kind of into the shadowy areas, maybe where there's no light.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Disappear myself. $23.
Nice. Let me just roll a d20 here. Oof. It's almost a natural 20. Yeah, so you throw the hood up and you blend into the shadows, making your way. You're going to make your way along the side yard?
Yep, I'll move. Well, I'll actually move like into the yard of the building next door.
Okay.
And then I'll attempt to scale that building.
Oh, okay. So you're going to get up on the building. So roll an athletics check for me. Nice. Yeah, you do the Spider-Man up the side of the building and get yourself up onto a first-story rooftop.
Perfect. And I'll just do like I'll take my shield out and I'll have my shield ready. I'll keep my rapier in its sheath, and I'll just walk to the back of the building, look at the back of the neighbor's building, see if there's any open windows, any lights coming through windows. And I'll also check the backyard for guards on the ground floor, guards patrolling, any guards that may be up high or on the second floor through the windows that I can see through.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Ooh.
Natural 24.
Nice. Okay, so you're up on this on the first story rooftop of the adjacent townhome, right? And you're crouched down, sort of below, next to the wall, below a window that looks into the building that you're on the rooftop of. And you hear voices from in that building. You hear a man and a woman's voices, and they're arguing about something. And they're walking about, and there's light in the room, so you keep your head down, right? And they don't see you, of course. But there's definitely something going on in there. They're arguing about finances. That's what married couples argue about, right? So then you look back down to the target, the house, right, that you're interested in, and you can see in the backyard there is a part of the house that sort of juts out, and you can see through a single window. There's movement inside that part of the house. This is down on the main level. And it appears as though you look through and you can see it's the kitchen. And there are people moving about in the kitchen, preparing things. You can see a wisp of smoke coming out of the chimney above that room, as if there's some food being made. You look through, let's see, from that angle. That's really the only window that you have access to. Is you can see that there's a kitchen on the back side of this building. You hear voices, laughter, people talking. You see a door open from the kitchen. There is a door that leads into the kitchen, and a young lady comes out and she dumps a pot of water into the yard and then closes the door and walks back in. And that's what you see.
All right.
You don't see any sentries posted at all.
The gap between the roof that I'm on to the wall of the house that we're casing, how far would you call that?
I would say it's 20 feet.
Okay, I'm not going to try and jump that then. Yeah, I'm going to actually scale back down and let them know that I didn't see a lot.
Okay. So he reports back to the rest of you guys.
Was there a way to get into the second floor?
Guys, it looks like I didn't really see a way into the second floor.
There are windows on the
They
second
don't
floor.
really have any guards in the back.
Was there any kind of balcony
Yep,
or anything?
I mean there are windows.
Here, let's do this.
I didn't see a balcony.
Let's do this.
Rutro Raggy.
Yep. Theo.
Yes,
You got a map for us, don't you?
Rhunar.
he does.
Oh, I like that.
I want to let me put Rhunar on there.
Because Runar's too powerful for this level.
Weird. Apparently I can't add him to the map.
There's a power level limit.
Runar's power is over 9,000.
He would take up the whole map.
Over 9,000.
Yeah, I see the C map. I don't see any other map.
And today, on Dragon Ball Greyhawk, on Dragon Ball Saltmarsh,
And today,
Theo continues to prepare to cast a spell.
It's
As he
taking
has
so
been
long.
doing, as he has been
Will
doing
he do with this
for the last 5 episodes.
It's a ritual cast, man. It takes a while.
Meanwhile, our other heroes are falling.
meanwhile, on troubleshooting roll 20. Oh, something's happening.
Yeah, you're not on there though.
It's all black.
Yep. I don't know. I can't get your token on there, but that's what you guys see.
Nice.
This is the outside of the house that you're casing. So Byron, you were on a house over on the side over here. And
Okay.
the door in the kitchen area is this part of the house here. This is a first level
Okay.
rooftop. This here is a second level rooftop. This is a first level rooftop, so this is lower. There are 3 windows. There's one here, one almost like right in the middle of the second story, and one over here that look out
And I couldn't
over
see
this.
through those ones.
They were the one the one to the north and the one to the south were dark. The one in the middle there was faint light.
Okay. And I heard the bickering coming from the house I was in, right?
Yeah,
Or on?
exactly. Not this
Okay,
house.
that's
This
what I
house
thought.
you hear
That was
laughter and voices, people talking and
Perfect.
that sort of thing.
Well, shoot, if I 20-foot jump to an equal footing, it's still too far.
Is it though?
Yes?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think.
It really is.
So yeah, I'll say. So I saw 3 windows on the second floor. 2 of them were dark. One of them had light in it. There's a back door to the kitchen where there's people cooking. I would not suggest we go in that door because that room seemed very busy. But we could easily get to those second floor windows by climbing up onto the east side of the building.
You gentlemen like that plan?
And if you guys are invisible, it should be easy. But we'll want a grappling hook or something to get across. If we want to climb, I think it'd be... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is it a good idea for us all to try to go into the house?
That might be pushing it.
I don't want to go alone, but I will if you guys want me to.
I can go as well and turn invisible. Or worse, once I get inside, I can just make a mask.
Right, you can do that too.
Well, I guess it would depend on.
Yeah, actually.
Well, if me and you went in alone, you could make me invisible too.
I could, but I feel like that would be disrespectful of your skills, and I would never want to be that way.
Touche.
I'm kidding. We can both be invisible then.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so convinced I was going to get caught and die.
Oh, if we get caught, we'll probably just get kicked out, unless they're actually a cult, in which case we burn things down.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll implement your plan to infiltrate this estate.
Oh God, this could go so wrong.
Yeah, likely, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see. All right, we'll be back in 15 minutes, everybody. Thanks for watching. All right, everybody, we're back here on Beyond Saltmarsh, and we've got a bit of an infiltration of the estate here. Gentlemen, what is the plan?
Well, I'm going to summon 3 Garistros to assault the bottom floor. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong. I'm a necromancer, not a demonmancer.
What's a Garistro?
It's a type of demon, but
Very
that's
big.
not the point. The point is, I believe that Theo and Byron are going to go in the second story window, and Irin and Rhunar are going to stay outside to inevitably haul their asses out of the fire.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. Let's go over rules of engagement real quick.
We don't.
Yeah. Do not stab anybody in the eyeball. I'm looking at you, Byron. We don't want to be outlaws here.
What if?
If you get busted, just say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I really wanted to go to the party." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just play dumb.
Okay. How about what if?
Grab a mask as soon as you get in there. Grab a spare mask.
I love it.
Walk around like you belong there.
Okay.
Well, I'm only going to do that if the invisibility stops. But
Yeah.
don't worry, I thought that through.
Yeah. Just
How about if I'm surrounded?
if you have to defend yourself,
Then I can skewer eyeballs.
If you're in like imminent danger,
If
then
we
you can
have
defend
to,
yourself.
I accept.
if we have to get out, get to me. I can get us both out immediately with a snap of my fingers. Okay?
I accept.
And
I'm
if
so
you need
excited.
us, and what's the signal? Break the nearest window,
We'll break a window.
or just
We won't break the
cause-
nearest window. We'll break a window.
cause a really loud ruckus of some sort.
You'll hear us.
What do you think, Byron?
If Theo's doing what I think he's going to do, which I remember him using at the warehouse that we burned down, where he snapped his fingers, there was a crash of sound. Everyone's going to hear that.
Much better news. I've refined that particular technique, and it's much quieter now.
Also,
Oh, well,
we didn't burn down that warehouse.
Yeah,
you
we're gonna-
burned that warehouse down.
We're gonna keep pyro over here.
I've got a great idea. Byron. Boops your nose, and both Theo and Byron become invisible.
Oh.
Ah.
No,
God damn
this is so cool. This
All
is
right.
better than my cloak. I want this.
We have 1 hour. If you cast a spell or attack anyone, it drops. So don't do those things.
Okay. I won't kill anyone. I won't attack
Attack.
anyone.
If you attack anyone, you lose it.
Where should
won't.
Irin and I wait?
Fingers crossed.
Back alley, or back area,
Backyard,
other outside of it, but yes.
behind a bush.
If you two want to hang out together behind a bush, I am not here to judge. Come, Byron, and Theo tries to pat Byron on the back, realizes he can't see him, actually catches him in like the face, goes, "That's not your back." Okay, and moves to begin infiltrating the building.
Byron, let's hide behind a bush and smoke a pipe.
Dude, I'm
Or
invisible.
Irin, sorry,
I'm going in.
Irin.
All right, so Theo and Byron, you're gonna climb up onto this first story rooftop here.
That is the plan.
All right, roll a pair of acrobatics checks, one each of you, please.
Could I do athletics instead?
That's what I meant to say, athletics.
Can I
And
do
roll a stealth
acrobatics
check as
instead?
well.
I have a grappling hook.
We
Just
need
throwing
his
it out
grappling
there.
hook.
Just throwing it out there.
An athletics and a stealth check for me.
Like the wind.
Byron, you struggle to get up the side of the building. Theo, you end up having to help him. You have to reach down and pull him up. Irin and Rhunar, why don't you give me a quick stealth just to give me some idea of how well you're hidden.
Yeah.
I thought
well,
you were a second story man.
So let me ask a quick question.
Mhm.
What's behind this building?
There's another building on the other side it's like the back of
Okay.
additional building. It's a pretty
All right.
tight neighborhood area.
Tight.
Is this
Yep.
like a backyard though?
There's not much of a backyard.
It's
Oh.
more of like the London backyard, which is like 6 by 15.
Yeah, exactly. It is very
just
tight.
like- Oh,
It's
okay.
a gated patio.
hmm
All right, so
uh,
stealth.
There is a side door to the kitchen right about here.
How high is
aware
this
of.
wall?
Where did you say
Which
that
wall?
was, Steve? Sorry.
The wall and or gate between the buildings.
Oh, it's not very high. It's probably like 4 feet.
Is it a wall?
No, it's like an iron sort of fence.
Okay.
Yep, cast iron sort of
Oh, I was
fencing.
gonna say it might be easier to hide. I don't know why we're hiding in the back gate. Actually, there's not room back here for us to hide. But
Should we hide up against the building?
I was gonna say, why don't we just sit out in the front street?
Yeah, we could do that, but we
I
might
mean,
get
it's-
spotted on the way back, right?
They don't have to come out the front because we're in the front.
All right.
It's just the front's an easier place for us to like not get seen if somebody comes outside to dump the dishwater. because it's like.
So while you
very
guys are having
small.
this conversation,
I say we move to the front. That
Okay.
feels like a more secure place for us.
all right, roll a
Can-
pair of stealth checks as you make your way to the front.
All right.
Rhunar,
A
as you're
1
walking
+ 5.
past the kitchen, Irin sort of skirts ahead and gets to the side building, kind of in this area right here, and you're sort of dragging behind. And as you are looking over at the door to the kitchen, it swings open, and you see this woman in an apron who is just stepping out, and she looks at you and says, "Who the fuck are you?"
Just looking for security. Are they around front?
Yeah, goddamn right, they're in the front.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I came in the wrong from okay, sorry.
She just kind of looks at you, and then she goes about her business, and she takes care of something, brings in a crate that was sitting next to the door, and closes the door. You guys make it out to the front street.
That was good.
All right, Byron and Theo, you've got a window. The window is closed. It's right about here underneath the eaves of this
That's
building.
Oh,
that's
you, my friend.
the one that has the light on the inside.
Yeah, let's see what this looks like if I bring you over here. So
Now I
there
can't
is-
see everything.
What about over here?
Oh no, I
Yep.
was saying I can't see everything now, and it makes me sad. I can't see everything.
Oh, so there's a window right here in front of you,
It's okay.
and otherwise you're looking at a brick wall.
Isn't there more windows? One
Yeah,
over
there's
here,
a
one
window
over here that
here
are
as
dark?
well, and a window here.
So I'm gonna whisper quietly to the roof behind me. You take the north dark window. I'll take the south dark window, because I doubt there's anyone in a dark room, and we can.
I
get some
don't
easy
think we
reconnaissance
should
that way.
split up.
Okay, let's pick a dark room.
I like this one. It's
I'm
right
picking
here.
the south room, the front. The one with the light on.
No, the one with
Screw
the
it.
dark
Let's
one
go
that we're
through
in
the
front
light
of.
one.
Oh my god.
We're invisible. We're invisible. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna open the window that's right in front of me.
Right here. There is a
Yep.
little bit of
Who
light
is
from this
invisibly
one, just so
doing
you know.
this?
That's okay. I'm invisible.
So
I'll open it very carefully, very quietly.
you reach out to try to open it, kind of like prying your fingernails, and it seems like it might be locked from the inside.
Ooh. I'll move to the north one, and I'll try that one now.
Also locked. All three of
I
them are
will
locked. As
quickly
you,
move
as
to
you
the
check
south
them.
one.
Yep, they're all
Okay.
locked. Yep, from the inside.
Hold on. Stay right where you are, Byron. And okay, and you get the hand on your shoulder so he can tell where you are. Let me try something. Can I see the locking mechanism through the panes of glass?
Roll a perception check. Indeed, you can. And it appears
Okay.
to be a simple pivot lock.
Okay, hold on. And oh shit. Fuck it. Well, first Theo will go, that's the lock right there. Can you pick it from this side? Byron?
I don't think so. I'll try.
Give it a shot. I have a plan otherwise, but
I
yeah.
mean, it looks like a simple pivot lock.
Yeah, maybe slide something through there. I don't know.
You have thieves' tools, don't
I
you?
also have a plan otherwise. I do have thieves' tools. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. Roll a thieves' tools check with dexterity as your attribute. Yeah, easily
Yeah.
just you slide in I can't remember what the name of it's called, but a tine, and you lift it up, and it just opens.
See, I believed in you
Easy.
the whole time.
I knew I could do it. I just wanted you to appreciate my skills a little more.
So that's
That's
this
why I'm
window
following
right
you.
here. And you head in.
Yeah, I'll quietly step in.
Okay. You step through the window, and you see a... You step through the window, and you see a hallway. Green rugs, very beautiful looking rugs, and you can see that there is a grand staircase that heads down. Now you can start to hear that there is revelry in the from below. Theo, do you head in as well?
Definitely.
Okay. You hear a little bit of music. You hear the clink of glasses being tapped against each other, and the sound of laughter and conversation from the downstairs.
Okay.
All right.
You go left, I'll go right.
I'm gonna reach out and try and reach more, and try and touch Theo.
Yeah,
And
you
if
can
I,
tell.
And if I
you
make
can,
contact with him.
Yeah, you get a sense of where he is just from where his voice is.
Okay. So I'll whisper to him. All right. So we can't see each other. So count to 60. You go right. I'll go left. We meet back right here in exactly 60 seconds and discuss what we see.
Count to 60, then go, or go now, then count to 60 and
Go
come back?
now. Count to 60. Be back here at 60.
I am moving now. One, and
Go.
he goes to the right.
And I'll go left.
Okay. So,
Invisibility makes things awkward.
yes, it does. Unless you're alone, then
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, you got to coordinate these things.
Yep. So you do a little sleuthing around to the south, Byron, and you see a very nice bedroom, a double bed, beautiful rugs, a bookcase, armoire. There's a fireplace that's unlit right here, and there is a door in the southern corner which leads into some sort of an antechamber that has a chamber pot and a wash basin.
All right. Is this a bookcase here?
It is.
You know, if I have time, I'll just step over to the bookcase and see if there's any interesting books.
What? How long have you been in this room for?
I would say 25 seconds or so.
Okay, so you quickly take, 5 to 10 seconds and scan the books, and none of them really jump out at you. They're sort of popular fiction. Nothing that looks to be of the arcane or of some sort of esoteric knowledge or anything like that.
All right, then yeah, I'll just move back to where I was.
Okay. Theo, are you exploring as well?
Definitely.
Then, to the north?
Yep.
Okay, so same idea. You walk into this pretty nice room. No wash basin or chamber pots necessarily, but it is what appears to be maybe a guest room, a single bed, a desk, but nothing that really jumps out at you. It just seems to be a bedroom.
Does look to be in use. Like, is someone staying there at the moment?
The bed is made. There does appear to be a pile of folded clothing on the desk, which seems weird. But other than that, you don't have any other indication. The fireplace is not lit and it's cold.
Okay. Theo will step back out to where he was. Byron, are you back?
Outfit.
Yeah, they lay out their outfits.
Yeah,
I knew it. This is a hitman level.
I found a bedroom. Let's move down the hallway.
So
and
did
continue
I.
Searching.
Okay, I will go to the end of the other green rug. Ready?
Go.
Go.
Are you guys holding hands?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, definitely.
Da-da-da, just frolicking.
We're skipping too.
No.
Okay.
All right, I'll go down. You go up. 60 seconds again. Go.
Okay.
Okay, so very similar rooms to what you'd been looking at before. However, Byron, you see on the desk to the south of the room, there are 2 Masquerade Masks.
I'll
that are
grab them.
sitting on the desk.
I'll grab them immediately.
Okay.
As soon
One
as
of
I see
them,
them.
so just so I can describe them to you, and you can put these in your inventory. One of them looks like a human-sized pig face. pink and swollen, chubby cheeks and a hog nose on it with pointy pig ears at the top. Full face covering. The other one is a little bit more stylized with almost like a silvery filigree that comes down. It's just a partial face shield. Comes down over the eyes like this. And then it has these sort of like pseudo horn sort of features that come out to the side, about 6 inches on either side. Both of them have like a lace strap that wraps around. You can tie from behind to tie it onto your face.
Yep. Yeah, I'll stuff them both into my pack.
Okay.
And then I'll immediately spend, 10, 15 seconds checking the bookcase again.
Similar, very, very uninteresting books, especially based on sort of your current interests. None of them jump out at you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just bounce right back. See what Theo's up to. See what Theo found.
Theo, you see a very similar room as well. However, this room has a bookshelf in it. This bed is unmade. And as you kind of wave your hand near the dark chimney or a fireplace, you do feel a little bit of heat from a couple of embers that maybe are glowing, but otherwise not really illuminating much in the room.
I'll cast an eye over the bookshelf as well.
You see a book that catches your eye.
What's it? What? How so?
It jumps out at you because you've seen this book before, and it is called How to Speak Infernal in 10 Days.
Ooh, a classic.
You have to collect every copy you find, and when we beat the game, you'll get an extra prize.
Achievement.
Yeah, when we start this over with new characters, you can use this character's skin on your old character.
Theo is going to just slide that into his somewhere in his doublet underneath the breastplate. So if
Smart.
if Byron is good later, he'll get a treat.
Okay, and then the two of you meet back in the hallway.
This place sucks, dude. You want to go downstairs now?
We knew this would be a bust. I do not know if it's wise going downstairs. If there's people downstairs and we bump into them, it's going to get awkward.
But I mean, if they can't see us, they might just be like, what the fuck? They might be drunk. If we're quick, we're quiet, we might be able to get more information. But if we leave now,
let us slowly descend the stairs and take a look, eh?
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to hold your hand. Don't make it weird.
This is great.
Theo then promptly does that where you sneak a finger in the middle when you hold it.
Awkward. All right, so let's
make it weird.
You guys are at the top of the stairs about to descend.
Never held hands before.
You're holding hands for moral support. Let's move outside to the front of the building with Rhunar and Irin having made their way back to the street. What are you guys doing?
The street's down on this side, right?
Yeah, correct.
I'm gonna move my character
Which side?
Down here at
down
the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, south. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm smoking a pipe.
Yeah, maybe find somewhere, nearby, not, maybe just far enough to be out of obvious, maybe eye line of the brothers Anderson.
Okay.
Where would those guys be?
Yeah, they're right
at
the main entrance, kind of in the
okay.
middle of the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we should be up the street a little bit or something.
Yeah, not. Yeah, I want to be close enough that we think we'd be able to hear something, but
Sure.
not so. And then obviously not so far that it's going to take us too long to do whatever it is that we have to do.
As you guys are standing, smoking a pipe, and sort of keeping an eye on things, you see a man and a woman exit the front door. Obviously, guests, attendees of this party. They seem to be arguing with each other, and they both are dressed to the nines. Beautiful gown, nice, really cool suit the guy has on. He's one of the fellows that has a saber in a scabbard around his waist, and as they walk closer, you can hear them kind of the argument getting a little bit more heated. You can tell at this point that there's some intoxication involved, and the guy is kind of he must have made a fool of himself or something, because the woman is sort of giving him the what for in terms of his behavior, and it looks like they're leaving. They're storming away, and they're walking towards you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mug them and take their masks as much as I want to.
You done with that mask?
Hey, can we use that?
Can we pretend to be you?
Yeah, I don't know. I would maybe just kind of listen to see if there's anything that we can get from anything that they're saying that might give us a little bit of insight onto like what kind of shenanigans is going on inside, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
You're in.
Yeah.
Natural.
Yeah.
You know, you get so caught up in the drama that's going on between these two, and it's almost hard. You know, you feel for this guy. Like whatever he did, it must have been really bad, because she is super embarrassed at his behavior, and he's really drunk.
Do they have anything spilled on them?
Check out this guy.
You can't tell from your angle. It's really hard to see. Plus, it's kind of dark where you are. But he looks, his shoulders are slumped. He's sort of stumbling. You get the sense that he had too much too fast. Mm-hmm. And he takes off his mask, and he's just sort of like he's holding it in his hand. It's just kind of dangling down, and he's a pretty good-looking fellow with gray hair, older, a nice mustache that sort of twists out. And you can't see what she looks like because she still has her mask on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
Oh man. I'm gonna. I know. Like I can
You're
just
not
bump
here,
bump into him so easy.
You hear Byron's ghost in your ear.
Rhunar, why don't you roll a perception check?
All right.
It's the king.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
What do I?
You overhear her saying something to the effect of, "And I was really hoping that we'd be able to participate in the ritual tonight, damn it. Charles, you son of a bitch, you ruined the night for me." And that's pretty much all you pick up as they storm off. Back inside.
That's okay.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
I always want to be part of the ritual.
Charles.
I get kicked so often because of Chuck.
All right, Byron and Theo, you're gonna start walking down the stairs. Let's get a stealth check from the two of you.
Do we get advantage or an addition for being invisible or anything?
That's a great.
Or are you just factoring that in?
I'm gonna just factor it in. Although Byron always gets advantage. No, you can. Yeah. That's a good way to do it. That's a really good way to do it. Yeah, you guys make your way down the stairs, slowly down the stairs, and you're able to avoid all the creaky stair floorboards, etc. You get to the bottom of the stairs here. We're gonna move you over to this part of the map.
I kicked the railing actually.
The ritual.
You slide down the railing.
Oh yeah. While holding Theo's hand, so it's a super slow slide.
So as you get downstairs, obviously the sound of the party gets louder. There are a variety of people, maybe 20 to 25 people that you can see as you turn the corner around the banister. A variety of people that are engaged in conversation. They all have masks on, so it is definitely a masquerade party. They have cocktails in their hands. There are conversations going on all throughout this rather open designed floor plan space.
First thing I'm going to do is make a perception check, see if there's anyone that I just happen to recognize, even with masks on, or based on body type, maybe a Lesko, or someone else.
Sure. Okay.
Theo is going to try and clock the tiefling, just to see if he sees where he is.
Okay, so both roll stealth checks.
Stealth or perception?
Stealth and perception.
I definitely rolled persuasion for some reason.
That's all right.
Yeah.
15 stealth.
Nice.
7 perception.
Yep. So you're able to sort of weave around some of the guests that walk by in your direction. You're able to sidestep out of the way. Theo, you look around and you're trying to, identify the tiefling. You don't quite see him, but Byron, you look through and it's tough. Everybody has a mask on first of all, but you do notice that the tiefling is back here in the corner by the organ. He has a mask on as well, but you can see his tiefling horns, and that it's kind of a dead giveaway for the most part. Other people in this room everybody has a cool mask on, and they're engaged in different conversations. So what would you guys like to do?
Theo just wants to find a spot out of the way of traffic, like a corner, or maybe on the like on the first stair, and just listen.
I'm gonna grab Theo's hand and I'm gonna start pulling him towards. Is this a staircase that goes down?
There is a staircase over there, yes.
Shit, never mind doing that.
I'm just gonna grab his hand and start pulling him that way as quietly and as quickly as I can.
Okay.
I've only got an hour of invisibility, he said, so.
All right, so let's do this. Roll a dexterity check, both of you. And this is going to be to essentially move through the crowd without causing any strangeness as you try to weave your way through the people. Not a save, just a check.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. Byron, you lead the way towards the northeast corner of the room, Theo following, and Byron kind of sidesteps this man and this woman that are having a conversation. And Theo, as you follow and try to do the same thing, the man sort of reaches back and you bump into his elbow, and that happens to be the arm that he's holding the drink in, and you push his elbow forward, and he basically reacts by splashing the drink all over the woman that he's talking to. And she's like, what the you've had too much to drink.
Keeps moving.
And they get into a little bit of a like, I don't know what happened. And he kind of looks around to see if someone bumped into him, and he doesn't see anybody. But you're able to move around him and get to the stairs. So you guys are able to get to here. Let's go back outside.
The building is on fire.
Irin and Rhunar.
Yeah.
You guys, use your imagination here, everybody. This is not like a concrete parking lot out in front of this house. This is, I just didn't have time to build out all of the, landscaping and that sort of thing.
We did kind of spring this on you.
I feel so exposed out here.
Yeah, no.
This is how we do things.
Yeah. I got the house, I got the estate built, but I didn't get a chance to do the trees and the shrubs. But anyhow,
The landscaping. Yeah.
That's still really good. They say Rome wasn't built in a day, but you built a house in one. That's well done.
Yeah, multiple floors.
Well, you know,
Come
just
on.
a quick plug
Come on
for
now.
Incarnate, which is a great online app that I've been using to build a lot of the maps that we've seen here over the last couple of, I don't know, months or so. So thank you, Incarnate. Appreciate that. Yeah, so anyways, you guys are still out on the street. Is there anything that you would like to do besides sort of keep an eye on things? So far, you really haven't seen much other than those two people that left. And they're a block or two away now.
Yeah.
Oh, I will have told Irin about what I heard the lady say about the ritual.
A ritual?
Yeah. Some kind of ritual going on in there. All right, I guess I don't know what we do. I mean,
Keep waiting.
unless you want to
Keep
try to
watching.
sneak in there, but I don't know if we're going to make it in there. Not invisible.
Yeah, I don't.
What are the security guys doing right now?
They're smoking pipes and sort of just lounging.
They're just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else has showed up. No new people.
You get the sense that most of the attendees have already arrived at this point.
And the drunk guy and his wife have left by now.
Yeah, they're about
They're
a
like
block, or two
so
away. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else we can do right now.
Yeah. As much as like me, Chad wants to have bumped into that guy and got the mask, I don't know that Irin would have. So
Right.
yeah, I think me, Irin will just sit and wait and watch.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
less interesting. I know. Sorry.
No, that's okay. You guys are keeping an eye on
Viewers.
things.
Someone's got to have a level head out here.
That's right. All right, so let's go back inside. And Byron and Theo, you're at the top of a spiral staircase that descends into a level below.
Would like to
gonna pull 'em
silently
down.
descend.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. Byron, you seem to have no problem with sneaking around this place, despite the fact that it's filled with people. Luckily, a lot of the people are intoxicated. However, Theo, you, as you're sort of turning to look for Byron, you see incoming one of the waiters, one of the butlers, one of the hired help, has a tray of what appear to be some sort of maybe like a scallop or something, and he bumps right into you, and the tray just goes ping, tang, ching, ping, and falls on the ground, and all the food drops on the ground, and everybody sort of stops talking and turns to look over at him.
Backing away slowly towards the stairs.
Byron, you look back at the noise, and you just see this. There's a scallop that's just suspended in the air that seems to be moving away from the butler, and it's a scallop that's stuck to Theo's chest, but it's just suspended in air because he's invisible. The scallop, however, is not.
Oh no. I'm gonna move down the steps faster.
Everybody kind of turns back. You know, actually, what I'll do is I'm going to do a roll to see if anybody notices this scallop, this floating scallop.
The floating scallop.
I'm going to make a scallop check.
Oh shit, scallop checks.
No, nobody
very
sees it. You look down, Theo, and there's a scallop stuck to your chest. You just kind of go, I don't know, what do you do with it?
Put my hand over it so it becomes invisible because my invisible hand is on it.
Yeah, it's warm.
and then down the stairs, and as soon as I'm below eye level, flick it.
Okay. But for some reason, I thought you'd eat
I'll
it.
catch it and eat it.
No, not yet.
He's not into fit.
Love scallops.
Look, this is
Scallop.
business, not
Scallop.
pleasure. If this were a fun infiltration, it'd be something
Right.
different.
Right. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna grab you guys and bring
This is a
you.
perception check to see how good that scallop was.
It looked, just from what the brief visual that you got, it looked really good.
Ah, Theo.
All right, so let's just see here. Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Irin and say we should have told them to grab us some food.
Exactly. All right, so Byron. Let's see, I've never done this before, but I'm splitting the party between 2 maps. Let's see. And then I'm going to, let's see. How does this work? It's so cool. Roll 20, you can do cool things sometimes. Are you guys with me on a new map?
Yep.
I am, yes.
Okay. You guys find yourself in what appears to be a cellar. There are multiple kegs of what appear to be wine. Casks of wine. There is a table here. There is also a strange stone engraving statue of a man just holding his hand out, almost in a welcoming way, and there are 2 braziers that are burning one on either side of him.
You know, I think there's something behind that statue.
I was thinking the same thing. And I'm going to move towards it and start inspecting it to see if there's any levers, hidden keyholes, mechanisms that open inward, outward, any signs of mechanisms.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. You thoroughly investigate this interesting statue. It's almost like a half statue. Think of like the Han Solo in Carbonite, right? It's just kind of like half the body that's emerging from the wall, and there's this sort of this stone archway above it. It appears to be a human in fine tailored dress. You look at the hand, and there appears to be some sort of a leaf or a small bundle of leaves that are tied together with twine and they look as though they were burnt. There's a charred end to them that sits in his outstretched hand. You look over, you see that, you take note, you look over the rest of this statue, but you don't see any sort of a mechanism.
I'll whisper to Theo, wherever he is in the room with me. I don't see any mechanisms, but I see some burnt herbs in his hand.
Fuck. You know, they're probably going to come down here and do something at some point tonight, but I don't know if we have enough time to wait for that.
I think we need to destroy the statue.
I don't see how we can.
Do you have anything that's explosive?
No.
What's explosive? Sorry.
Touche. Stuff that goes boom.
I think Theo's going to check the rest of the room while he was checking that, just to see if there's anything else in here.
There's some food
while he's
stuff. There's some grains, some ingredients that might be used in the cooking. And again, the wine. There are a number of casks of wine that seem to be all of them full. But other than that, there's not a whole lot down here.
All right. I'm going to take out my pry bar,
Okay.
What are you doing?
and I'm gonna try and
I can't
tip
see it.
the
Never mind.
statue over. I'm
So-
gonna pry it off the wall. I'm gonna break it to pieces.
Now, if I remember correctly, with invisibility, this is just a straight
This would
invisibility
break
check.
my invisibility.
So, this would break the invisibility.
I'm
That would
pretty
count
sure.
as an attack.
I think
Okay.
it would.
So you're
If it's
attacking.
if it's an attack, I mean, it's debatable.
What are you trying to do? Let's
Yeah.
ask that.
So I'm picturing myself.
I will
Seeing
adjudicate
this weird
this.
statue, on the wall, thinking weird cult, thinking this looks
But-
pretty intense, and then Theo
but the-
saying he thinks
the guy
something's
looked
going to happen
welcoming.
down here.
Right.
Yeah, but he's, I don't know anything about.
It's not like the
cults.
horned demon or something.
Yep, you're right. But I don't know anything about cults, so I'm gonna put the pry bar pretty much like right around where his shoulders would be, between the shoulders and the wall, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try and pull the statue off the wall into
Okay.
the room, breaking
Okay.
it.
Yeah. This is gonna be a ability check. I'm not gonna count this as an attack.
Okay. Okay.
But roll just a straight strength athletics. So you're getting the pry bar and you're just trying to like wedge it to open it. Go ahead.
Yeah, to rip it off.
You're unable to move it much, but as you give it the final push, chink, you snap off a chunk of the stone and it lands in the floor. It's about, it's
Nice.
probably about a baseball-sized piece of stone.
Okay. I'll whisper to Theo. I thought I could pull it off the wall, but it's pretty.
You thought
pretty,
you could pull
pretty-
off the rock attached to the wall hole? Do you think you're a wizard?
I just thought, it's a big statue thing, and it
is
seems
not.
important.
It does.
We could break it more. I'm gonna try again.
We do not need to break it more. We gain nothing by breaking it more.
Give me another athletics roll. You again try to pry it open and you give it a little bit of extra oomph and it just kind of cracks a little bit and a little bit of dust falls. You don't snap off a big piece, but a little bit more of the dust falls onto the ground in front of you from the
Why are
stone.
you doing this?
You know what? You're right. Let's just get out of here. This place sucks. There's nothing here.
You're right. It does.
I'm gonna take the herbs out of his hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna put them in my pocket.
All right. You do that, and you guys are gonna head back upstairs.
And then
Yes.
Okay.
we're gonna flee.
You're gonna flee.
We're going to slowly
I'm-
sneak
well,
out.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yes,
So you
yes.
head up the stairs, and as you do, you get to the top of the stairs. Let's get you guys back onto the correct map here. Let's see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Isn't that fun?
We're gonna go meet up with Theo and
Well,
Irin and
Isn't that
Irin and Rhunar
special?
stat.
Isn't that special?
Isn't that?
Let's just get the map centered there. Okay. As you guys get to the top of the stairs, you hear someone clinking their glass with their... trying to get everyone's attention, right? And you look over and you can see it's the tiefling Tervilsil. He says, "Friends, thank you all for coming here tonight to spend some time and to share some conversation. Many of you have come tonight to learn more about our family and the plans that we have here in Monmurg to expand the knowledge that we have been so diligently seeking in the depths of chaos and darkness. And believe me, that knowledge will provide all of you with quite a interesting leg up in your own endeavors. I have seen this myself and some of my colleagues here, and he gestures to the man next to him, who has a he's a silver hair. You can see his silver hair. He's got this full metal face mask that's perforated with these paisley accents and this weird, like stylized, creepy grin on the face of his mask. He says, "Many of my friends here have seen great increases in their fortune and holdings as becoming part of the family, and we encourage you all to seek initiation into our growing group of business people and comrades here. Now, I ask that those of you of the uninitiated bid us a good night, as the rest of the family, those who have accepted the secrets, have business to attend to. Someday you may also be privy to these secrets, and I assure you that it will be worth it. Please reach out to me in the next coming days, and we can speak more of your initiation into the family. For now, thank you for joining us for this social event, and I bid you farewell." And with that, there's about half of the people in this room, all of them nobles, fancy-looking dresses, etc. They start to finish their drinks, set down their glasses, and make their way out of the building. A group of about 12 individuals do not leave. They all stay talking, conversing. So we see a couple people leave here. Additional individuals leaving. And you see all these people walking out the front door. Now, Irin and Rhunar, you see this as well. There's like all of a sudden this sort of mass exodus of all these people that start to leave the estate.
Looks like the party's over.
Is the party over? Yeah, what's going on here? Are there any people walking towards us?
Yes, there are a variety of people walking in your direction. They're all having conversations and laughing and carrying on.
Once there's a little bit of space, Theo is going to feel for and grab Byron's hand and try and sneak back towards the stairs to upstairs.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another dexterity roll, just a straight dex roll. Fewer obstacles, luckily.
That's not by hand.
Phew, rolled okay that time.
Byron. Oof. Byron, you get a little cocky in your with the invisibility, and you sort of sideswipe one of the women and kind of bump into her as she backs up to turn around, and she bumps into you, and she stumbles, and her friend catches her, and they start giggling and laughing. They're drunk, obviously.
Hypothetically speaking, when she bumps into me, I'd like to pick her pocket.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a pickpocket check. Nice. Wow. Yeah, well, she doesn't have any pockets. She's got this nightgown on, and she has a handbag.
I'll reach into the handbag.
Yep,
I'll
you're able
take
to
the handbag.
You're able to reach in the handbag, and there is you reach in and you're like, what is that? There are 2 cylinders about 2 inches long or so that fit in your hand. There is some loose coin in there as well, and there is a small, what you think is, you can't see it, a small vial.
If it's possible, I'll grab the vial and at least one of the cylinders.
Sure. Yeah, with a 25 sleight of hand check, it's definitely possible. So you do grab those things as you move past her. And she kind of giggles and falls into her friend, and they sort of embrace each other. And they have a little bit of a moment, actually, as you make your way towards the stairs. So you guys are back on the stairs. What's going on outside, Irin and Rhunar? Anything?
God damn, this is boring.
That's probably a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Hopefully they'll come out, or
no sign yet, right? Like,
I guess how long do we wait, right? It's been 10 minutes. Let's leave. Sail out of town. See you guys.
We know that the invisibility only lasts an hour, so after an hour, there's a problem.
Maybe we should just...
Yeah, it's getting close. It's actually getting really close to an hour at this point. You guys have been in here for a while.
Oh, okay. So we know this.
Did he tell us how long it lasts? I don't remember.
I asked him.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
I asked him specifically how long it lasted.
that would make sense.
So I know it's probably getting close, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are cutting it real close.
Yeah, well.
Do we try to get in there?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so Byron and Theo, you guys make your way back up to the top, up to the upstairs.
We are running out of magic. We have to go.
Okay.
I have a potion that I can take that will give me another hour in here.
I don't. So if you do that, you will be flying solo.
I don't want to fly solo. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah. So we try to get up and out.
Okay, yeah, you're able to make it out. You guys get back out onto the balcony here.
I want to make a crazy running, jump, flip thing off the south side here.
Okay.
That no one will see.
To like land in the street.
He breaks his neck.
Oh God, he's dying and I can't find him.
Yeah, roll an athletics check.
Triple flip.
Yeah, do an athletics check for me. Yeah,
do a barrel roll.
The triple Lutz.
How far distant from your body does blood have to be before it becomes visible again?
Guess we'll find out.
I would say the minute it leaves your body.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you, Byron, you do a double Lutz off the rooftop, and mid Lutz. It actually happens during the first of the two Lutzes. I don't know if that's a word, but you become visible again. Halfway through the first Lutz.
Oh hell yeah!
And then you
tell me Irin saw it.
Theo just drops carefully into the side between the building and the fence.
And the minute your feet hit the ground, you also turn visible.
Irin, did you see that?
We're like a block away from you.
Yeah,
damn.
You don't see us.
I think you're over here and we're like way over here.
But here, I will roll. Maybe.
Probably not. I don't think you guys
Dave, do either of them see it?
Theo comes around the front. Are the endorsed still doing security at the front?
Yeah, they're still there. But they're not really
doing
it. It's not really. It'd be hard to ask if they're really doing security. They don't necessarily know what they're doing, but they're still there. You guys make your way out to the front and meet up with Irin and Rhunar.
Right. So we didn't get anything very useful, other than they're about to start a ritual for the initiated, which we figured we wanted to see, but on the other hand, running out of time.
Yeah, we heard some people talking about a ritual starting soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is apparently a ritual starting soon. Also, Byron, and Theo pulls out the book from his breastplate. Is this the exact same copy of How to Speak Infernal in 7 Days you had earlier? He just
No,
offers it
man.
over.
I gave that copy to
Please look it
Sophia.
over. I'm terrified of a possibility. Just make sure it's not the exact same book, like the exact copy.
Did you ever learn like a single word of Infernal?
You know what? This is a poorly written book. I looked
know
at
it
it.
is.
I looked at it. I'm a really good at reading.
Byron,
okay?
you're missing my point. I want to make sure Sophia Dralian is not in there and we missed her.
Sophia, the last time I saw Sophia, she was deathly ill. If she made it all the way to Monmurg and to a party, then she deserves to be there, and I don't want to know about it.
If she's here at a party for a cult, we have a problem.
If she's here,
man, there's got to be.
You know what? I don't think she's here. But I did pull out. You know what? Yeah.
Learn
it's
Infernal
a
in 10
how-to.
days.
It's like dagger wielding for
those,
dummies.
Right? Okay, I tried.
Which I've read like 14 times.
I picked this book up for you as a gift. I was going to give it to you, but now you're just being so cross. I'm not going to.
No, Theo, I'm not saying that I don't want the book. I'm just saying that the chances of there not being multiple copies is insane. But let me just say, I did pull this cylinder out of a lady's purse, and I'll take out the silver cylinder. And I also stole these weird herbs from the hand of a statue. Most of them are burnt, but maybe one of you is good at deciphering what herb this is, and I'll hand the herbs out. And I also pulled out a vial of her purse, and I'll take out the vial and I'll hold it up like this, and I'll be like, "But I want to keep it."
We should figure out what it is first, and what the cylinder is, and what those leaves are. Here, take the damn book.
Okay, I'll take the book.
Infernal for Dummies.
How to Speak Infernal in 10 Days.
I do.
You get them for like 4 copper pieces at any harbor master stall. Right before you get on your boat, you can get one of these.
Yeah.
I do want to preface. I do want to suggest, or I want to ask actually. Everyone, guys, I have this potion of gaseous form. Do we really want to know about this ritual? Because if so, I'll go back in alone, and I'll find out what the ritual's about, and I'll get out through a chimney or something.
Gaseous form, I mean, they could see.
They won't ever see me.
They could see like a cloud.
When we did gaseous form, you do recall that we were in fact floating cloud people, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not invisible.
So that meant nobody could do anything.
Yes, they would disturb what they're doing.
They would see a person-sized cloud floating into the room, right? Even if it was along the ceiling, it would look weird.
You're right. Though. You're right.
You gotta go down.
It was just an idea I had.
I was really curious.
I love where you're going with that. I just don't know a good way to get in for it, other than trying to sneak back in. Any other ideas?
We could kill our way in.
That's a really bad idea.
I think we do some more. There's obviously more to this. I mean, perhaps patience is a virtue in this case. We do some more investigating. Maybe there's an undercity, right? Maybe there's old sewer tunnels we could get into, catacombs, find out a little bit more about this organization and what all these people do.
So what you're saying is go down to the Weary Traveler, have a pint, wait for this whole thing to blow over?
Tonight. Otherwise, we might as well just kick down the front door and go in there with no provocation.
I have 2 masks. We might be able to send somebody in with a mask on.
Those would have been handy earlier.
We don't have a scroll, though.
What's in the cylinder?
Now that we're outside the front door.
What's in the cylinder?
I have no idea. I'll shake this cylinder.
Yeah, you can. There's something inside of it.
Oh.
Theo, you would know. He pulled it out. It's a scroll case.
It's what? Sorry.
It's a scroll case.
There. It's. Let me see that. Let me see that.
I'll hand it to him.
Takes it, pops the top, and pulls out whatever scroll's in there.
You open up the scroll and it just has this sort of spiraled marking on it. No words written on it at all.
That's probably the invite then.
So
I hand him a mask as well then.
do you guys want to try to sneak in with the scroll? See what these idiots at the door get it?
Like the idiots at the my problem is not going to be the idiots at the door. What has happened is we know that they said all of the uninitiated please leave. So if we go through that door, we're immediately going to get eyes on us if there are people still in that main room. At some point, they have to go downstairs for the ritual to begin, provided it is in the ritual space. At that point, we might be able to make our way in using that, or one of us could.
No, you're right. I just really want to know what that ritual is.
I absolutely do as well, but I don't think we have a good way to do that without causing more trouble than we're ready to chew off.
Are there any more of the party people still around?
I mean, they've walked down the block a little bit. I mean, they're in the distance now.
Are any of them in the
Do you
house?
think we could try to trail some of these people and see if we can pump them for information or something? I don't know, something. They might know what it's about, even though they can't stay and watch it. Just a thought. I don't know. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time out here.
Do you want to fanboy him?
I mean, I don't know. Get them drunk.
Well, here's the thing.
Fucking wasted.
The
Chances
warlock,
are they are.
or sorry,
Maybe they're going to the tavern, you know?
the tiefling gentleman also said they were always looking for new initiates. We could always try and come back and express interest as to what's going on. However, we don't know if this necessarily is the best lead we have for Khuda, although this is fuckery. So let's go back to the Weary Traveler.
Yeah,
Let's ask around. If we need to make our way back up here, we can. Sound good?
Yeah, because I think that's a good point. You know, if we can't just go and be like, oh, we want to be initiates, and then because he'll be like, what's our deal? And then we'll be like, we want to be initiates. But if we can find out a little bit about what they're about, and if we want to play that angle.
Did you guys see any of those guys in red robes?
Not a one.
No.
What the hell?
Saw a cool statue.
Oh, we'll hunt for him.
Well, here's the thing. If it's a cult operation, what we just saw may have been the nice, upstanding fundraiser to get the nobles involved, and there may be a lot of dirty work happening in other parts of the city related to it. It could be bigger. It could be much bigger.
For all we know, they're sacrificing Khuda to some dark god right now.
I had that thought, but we can't fucking count on it.
I'm gonna be real.
You want Irin to fucking storm the door right now? Come on.
It's been.
Yeah, I do. I want to see them kick the door in.
It's been 4 months.
We're just gonna take Monmurg by storm.
Hey, guys, maybe listen to Irin for a second.
It's been 4 months. If they were gonna sacrifice him, I guess I don't know if there's any kind of astral convocation going on, but that seems unlikely.
Yeah, if he was a human sacrifice, he's been sacrificed. Come on, let's go get a drink, guys.
All right, so the four of you head back down the hill towards the Docks District, heading back to the Weary Traveler, entering into the establishment, and it's bustling and wild and crazy as you would expect. And we'll go ahead and end tonight's session as you guys are having drinks at the Weary Traveler with a little bit of new knowledge and we'll see what happens next time. For those of you that are watching, thank you so much for sticking with us for the last couple hours. And just as a reminder, we will be taking a little hiatus for next week, but we will be back on the 24th of February with Beyond Saltmarsh. Don't forget to check out this weekend, February 13th's episode of Roll Your Doom, where Chad and I will be interviewing Christian Zuck, talking to him about his creative process, how to get into publishing content. I know there's a lot of people out there who are writing and creating, and so please come back and check that out. If you haven't already, please also follow our channel. We appreciate everybody who's been with us and who's here, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.